Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a solutions architect here at AWS, and today we're going to discuss how you can gain insight from your data using Amazon Quicksight. So what is Amazon Quicksight? Amazon Quicksight is our first business intelligence service built for the cloud with pay-per-session pricing and allows you to gain insights into your data using machine learning. It's scalable, so you can start with 10 users and scale right up to thousands and scale back down if needed. It's deeply integrated with AWS services, so you get that fine-grained access control that we expect from IAM. With end-to-end encryption, it also provides developer support through APIs, and you can integrate with SageMaker as well. So with Quicksight, you can go and build these really cool graphical interfaces. You can add filters, you can zoom, you can drill down, and it provides fast navigation. It's accessible from any device, so you can use it via your phone, and you can reset when you want that data to refresh, which is also quite cool. You can publish anywhere with one click as well. You can also create and schedule reports. These can be sent out daily, weekly, or monthly. You can send them to individuals, you can send them to groups of people, and with Quicksight's low-level security access, you can be sure that only those people that have access to that data can see the data that they're supposed to see. You can also attach PDFs as well. But today we're going to focus a little bit on machine learning with Quicksight. And you'll see there's a QR code, so please use your phone and you can navigate to the documentation. So what are we going to cover today? Well, ML for Quicksight provides anomaly detection, provides forecasting, but you can also integrate with your own Amazon SageMaker models. So for those that don't know what Amazon SageMaker is, it's our machine learning platform. It's an IDE, and it's more than that. It allows you to manage machine learning infrastructure at scale. It has built-in tools for things like model monitoring, debugging, and allows you to quickly host models if needs be. But today we'll focus just on anomaly detection, forecasting with Amazon Quicksight. Another really great feature of Amazon Quicksight is these narratives that you can generate on the fly, and you can see them there on the right-hand side, year-to-date revenue. We've also got something else which also makes use of natural language processing, and that is Amazon Quicksight Q. So with Amazon Quicksight Q, and I'll demonstrate that today, you can use natural language to generate insights into the data. So you can just ask it, what is the weekly sales in California versus New York, and it'll generate a graph for you, and we'll show you that today. So what about the pricing? Quicksight has two pricing models. The one is an enterprise edition, and the other one is standard edition. I'm going to focus a little bit on enterprise edition. So the first part is that it has a user pricing component. Here, every time a user accesses Quicksight to view a dashboard, they pay per session, which is about 30 cents per session, but it's capped at $5. So if the user never logs on, they don't pay. If they log on once per month, they only pay 30 cents. If they log on 100 times per month, they pay $5. The other option is author pricing. Here, there's two modes, really. You can get bulk authors, which you won't cover here. You can access the QR code to see the bulk pricing. But we also have an option where you can either take out a yearly subscription, there you'll pay $18 per month, or you can opt for month-to-month pricing, which is then $24 per month. And you can have as many authors as you want on the subscription model, and as many authors as you want on the on-demand model. So you can kind of mix and match which customers love. So I'm going to go over to the console quickly, and we'll show you Quicksight and machine learning insights. So before we start the demo, let me show you how you can find more information about Amazon Quicksight. So if you type in Amazon Web Services and go to Quicksight on your favorite search engine, you will then find a link to Amazon Quicksight. You can also go there with aws.amazon.com/Quicksight. Here you can get information about what the product is, some of the features such as Quicksight Q, embedded analytics, ML insights, pricing, and then the getting started page is quite nice. Here you can get information such as videos, demos, quick start guides, how to process the data, etc. On the resources section, you can get information on the documentation, how to get started, how you can prepare your data, and how you can build your first analysis. There's also demos and live webinars and presentations as well. If you want to see who's using it, you can go to our customer section and read about some of the customer stories that we have for Amazon Quicksight. So today I'm going to use the COVID-19 dataset. It comes from the Johns Hopkins Hospital, and we've made this data public in partnership with Johns Hopkins. You can go and have a look at this dataset here, what the catalog looks like. But notice this is the dataset we're going to be using for confirmed COVID-19 cases from Johns Hopkins. Okay, so you can search for a public data lake for analysis of COVID-19 data. All right, so let's move on. So if you're inside the management console, you can type in Quicksight, and we'll provide a bunch of information for you. So you can see there's a link to the service. There's other services that might be used in conjunction with the service that you're searching for. We give you documentation that you can go and read, as well as knowledge articles. And down at the bottom, we've got marketplace links as well. So let's go ahead to the Quicksight dashboard. And from here, we're going to build out our environment. So if it's the first time you're using Quicksight, you might get a menu that'll ask you to sign up. Just follow the prompts. Note that if you want to use ML insights, such as anomaly detection and forecasting, you have to use the Enterprise Edition. So I've already imported the Johns Hopkins dataset. You can see here, there's the size of the dataset. We can go edit the dataset if we want to and get some more information about it. Okay, so you can see we've imported our Johns Hopkins University dataset. From here, you can see there's the latitude, the longitude, province, a country, the date that the person became infected, the number of confirmed infections, and then the number of confirmed deaths for this record. So we can then say save and visualize, and this will take us to a Quicksight authoring dashboard if you wish. So you can see the data was imported. We can close that. And then by default, the autograph is enabled. So I'm going to select points on a map instead of autograph. And then we're going to select the latitude. We can just push that up to geospatial. The longitude as well, we can add that. We can add a number of confirmed as the size. And then let's group this by country. So you can see infections across the world. So let's drag that, make it a bit bigger. And what we can also do is we could add a filter as well. We'll do that in a bit. Before we do that, let's add another visual. So here we might want to track the number of confirmed over a duration. So let's just add, let's just change this quickly to a line graph. And then we've got a count. And then let's add the number of confirmed. So we'll add the confirmed to the value, and then we'll add the date to the x-axis. So you can see there we go. Don't have to add a color just yet. Let's go and add that filter that we mentioned. So we're going to filter it in this map as well as this graph. So to show you the filter, I'm just going to add the country as the color as well. So you can see there's a list of countries there. So let's add a filter. So we can go filter, we can create one. We want to do it on country. And then we can go ahead and select some countries that we're interested in. So we'll add the filter list. Let's select none. And let's add some countries that we know. So say South Africa, which is my country, by the way. Say Namibia, maybe Nigeria. How about Kenya? And say Botswana. Some of my favorite countries. Okay, so let's apply this. And we've applied our filter, so you can see South Africa is up on top with the most number of infections, followed by Nigeria. Now this data is a bit old. You can see it's from 2020. It's not the latest data set. We can then say go ahead and duplicate this visual if we wanted to. We can change this up, but today we're focusing on ML insights. So let's have a look at that and how does that work. Before I dive a bit deeper, I'm going to create one more visualization quickly. And here we're just going to add the same as what we did previously. So I'm going to bring in my line graph, and we will select the date along the x-axis, confirmed as my value. And we can see here the line goes straight up. So what I want to do is we're going to add a forecast to this graph. So we can add the forecast. And you can see here that it's predicting into the future what that forecast would look like. So let's just zoom in a bit so you can see what that looks like. Now we added a forecast with just one click. We didn't need to understand any algorithms. We didn't need to process any data. And what we can also go ahead and do is we can get more information on this forecast. So let me just go back to edit forecast. On the left-hand side here, you can see that we can go forwards in time. So we can say add 20 days in forward, and this will get longer. So if I make this say 2, you'll see if we apply it, we'll get less, and we can go ahead and make it 20 again and apply it. And we're predicting 20 days then in the future. If we want to check retrospectively how accurate was our forecast, we can do that as well. So let's go 14 days prior. So there you can see the 14 days prior and then the future, and you can track that against the actuals. Now we have this predictive interval as well. This is the threshold. So do we want like 90% accuracy? You can have a look here. So it's the estimate based on observations that will fall with a certain probability. So if you want a 90% probability, you can set that, or you can go 60% probability. And you'll notice that when I change this, that the orange area here will get smaller. Whereas if I make it with 100% probable, you can't. With a 95% probability, you'll see it's quite wide. And that is because it's predicting that 95% of the cases will be within this orange block. You can zoom in some more so you can see there what it looks like. So as you go out into the future, you can then predict that 95% of the cases will be between this orange band. Okay, so what we can do is if we wanted to, say, predict this based on country, we can add an action to zoom in on the country and then see the prediction. So let's do that. So I can click over here and I can say actions, and then we can define a custom action. So we can say, all right, here's my action. When we filter on, say, selected fields, just the country, we want that to filter this confirmed by date visualization here. So effectively, when I select one of these countries, it's going to drill down in this environment as well. So we can save that. And now if I select South Africa, you can see here's the prediction. This is the retrospective prediction against the actuals versus the future prediction. And that's pretty easy on how we actually created those forecasts. We've also got ML insights over here, which we'll dive in a little bit deeper in a few minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at anomaly detection. How do we do that? So we can go and say add, we can say add an insight. And then there's a few computational options we can have. So show me those that are the bottom ranked or the top ranked, etc. But I can go ahead and say, all right, let's look at anomaly detection. So we can select this. And then it's going to ask me to add some fields to this. So we're going to select the date that we've been using, those that are confirmed, and then the country again. So nothing different to what we've done previously. And you can go see we've updated the values on top here. So we can make it a bit bigger and you can have a look at that. So let's say get started. Now it's going to run an anomaly detection for us. This was just done on a snapshot of data, which is why it was so quick. And you can see here that it's picked up one already. But we're going to run this for all the data that we have. So you can see we can set up this computation for anomaly detection. We can decide, do we want to combine the data? Do you want to view it hierarchical? We'll keep it as hierarchical. We can set the display options, but I'm going down here to the top contributors. I'm going to select some more contributors quickly. So we'll select country, latitude, longitude, province. What else do we have? Okay, so that's fine. So we've selected our values that we want to check for anomaly. You can see here it's already picked up anomalies for us. But I'm going to save this quickly. And then down at the bottom, we can then run that insight. So this is going to take a bit of time to run. I'll pause the video and then come back to when it's completed. But before I do that, I just want to explain what it's doing. It's taking all the data that we currently have in this data set. Based on the criteria, it is now going to go look for anomalies within that data set. And if you had to do this yourself, you'd have to process the data previously. You'd then have to run an algorithm like a random cut forest, and then go and figure out what the anomalies are. So historically, you'd need to be a data scientist, you need to be a machine learning expert to build out these anomalies. Whereas now, just with a few configurations, we can then run anomaly detection across our entire data set. So I'm going to pause the video here. I'll be back in a bit, and then we can continue with the anomalies that Quicksight has detected for us. Okay, so we're back. So Quicksight has now gone and run its anomaly detection on the entire data set. And it's come with the number of top anomaly in the data set that said it happened on the 19th of May, 2020. It was the total confirmed for Nicaragua at 254 people, which was higher than the expected 25. Now, what's nice about this is, although this is the best or top anomaly, we can actually go and explore these anomalies further. So if we dive a bit deeper, we can go and see that there's the anomaly, and we can look at the data. We can zoom in, zoom out, we can move around the data set as well. We can then go and see for that specific country what the anomalies were, and we can also go and say, okay, show me the anomalies by date. So here are more anomalies that it's picked up. So let's just pick another one by random. So there's an anomaly. It's in Spain and Pakistan, and we can go and have a look at that. So let's just move this a bit to the right. Where is that anomaly? It was there. There we go. So we can click on this, and we can go and see that for Spain, there was an increase by 117% from 6 to 13 between February the 25th, 2020 and February the 26th. You can go have a look at Pakistan, same story. So it's going to pull up that anomaly that's detected. And there was an increase from 100% from 0 to 2 between these dates. And then obviously, because this anomaly was detected, you can go look at the data to try and figure out why that anomaly was there. There's one for Brazil, there's Georgia, there's Greece, and so on. Okay, so let's go back to the analysis. You'll see on the left-hand side here, there's a link to Insights. So we can click on Insights, and Quicksight's already analyzed our data for us. So we can see the top 3 movers. Let's add that then to our report. And you can see Kenya increased by 7.85, South Africa and Namibia. And notice that these top movers are all based on the filter that we set. So we picked some African countries, and we've got the top 3 in that out of those that we've actually selected. You can go back to Insights as well. We can see the top growth rate. We can see the daily change. So it says here that for Namibia, there was a higher than expected daily total confirmed for Namibia. So we can then dive deep into these anomalies like we did just now. And then you can also make it useful or not useful. And this helps us understand if our ML-powered insights are going in the right direction. So by voting for it, it helps us build better models for you. And then here you can see the forecasted models as well. So predicting the future value. There's another few forecast ones too. So hopefully this was a really quick overview on how to use anomaly detection and forecasting. Really quickly again, forecasting, we did that by just selecting from the 3 ellipses. Then we added our forecast. You can edit the forecast as well. For anomaly detection, we went to add, insight, and then we created an anomaly detection. You can also do that by going to Insights on the left and viewing anomaly detection there. And then you'll also notice that we add this little bulb with a blue dot. If you click on that, and that'll give you some insight as well. So here we have anomaly detection. You can click on the right, and then we can see that there's a forecast as well. Let's go ahead and have a look at all the data if we wanted to. So we were currently zoomed in on this data here. We can go out of that filter. So let's do that. So instead of selecting just South Africa, we can select out, and we can remove this filter too. So let's delete that. And we've got all the data. And then from all the data, we can also go and pull out some anomalies, some other insights on the data set as well. So hopefully that shows you a little bit about anomaly detection and forecasting within the data set. Okay, so I'm going to show you Amazon Quicksight Q. It's a natural language processing engine that we've built on top of Quicksight that allows you to analyze the data without building any dashboards. So, for example, if I had to ask, I don't know, show me the total sales. So it's going to look at a data set that we currently have. This is a sales data set. So suppose I'm a manager in a company and I want to know the results of that data set without building out a dashboard. I can just say, show me the total sales. And there you can see the total sales, right? And maybe we want to do that just year to date. So show me the total sales year to date. Now you'll notice Amazon Quicksight knows that YTD actually means year to date. And maybe we want to see the year to date plus year on year growth. We can do that as a percentage. So it's using natural language understanding as well as the data set that we currently have to understand what you want to see or what you want to do. So we can actually go ahead and say, show me the monthly sales. Notice that it's now changed to a graph, and we can actually go and see that. So instead of me building out the graph that we want inside the analysis or dashboard page, I can just ask Quicksight Q what I want, and it can go and give me that. So we can also go and look at show me the monthly sales by product, for argument's sake. And it's going to go look at the product data and the monthly data and show me the monthly sales for that product. But now, so there's some products here, right? I can go and say, okay, where did customers buy, for example, Data Smasher? So we could say, where did customers buy Data Smasher? And Amazon Quicksight Q is going to look at my request, look at the data, and go and find that answer for me, for example. And then you can go further than that, right? You can ask more complicated questions. Show me monthly sales. And we have our monthly sales, right? But then we can base it just for America, for EMEA. And I got it wrong, right? So Quicksight's going to say, did you mean EMEA or did you mean America? So we can say, no, I actually want America. It also has built-in spelling as well. So if you get the word spelled incorrectly, it'll find it. So here we can see our monthly sales for America. Remember, it showed me EMEA as well. So I can say, okay, say compare to EMEA. And we'll plot both values on the graph, which is quite nice. You can then also select the graph that you want to see. So it doesn't have to be the one that Q thinks you need to see. You can change it as well. And you can export it to CSV if you're allowed to. We can also say, show me all orders from last week. And we can go and see those products by customer with sales. We can also ask it specific questions like, what was the total sale for, say, Alchemy? Or how much did Honda Corp spend last month? and you'll see it doesn't understand. So then you can go and specify, do you want it from the customer? So we want it from the customer. And you can see the total spend. So that's a quick overview of Amazon Quicksight Q. In this demonstration, we showed you how to do anomaly detection with Amazon Quicksight, forecasting with Amazon Quicksight, and how to use Amazon Quicksight Q. So that's it for the demo. Today we showed you how to use Amazon Quicksight Q, how to use anomaly detection, and how to use forecasting with Quicksight. If you want to get started, use your phone, go to that QR code, and you can read a bit more about Amazon Quicksight and how to get going. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Please leave comments below and don't forget to complete the survey. Thank you.